Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches! RuPaul's Drag Race Season 3 Reunion! This is it. We're here. It's the end. It's crazy.
And there's some new additions. I may have found this at a thrift store.
Twinsies!
We'll see how long it lasts. Might not use it for every episode. I feel like it's a liability.
Yeah, we have seen how you do with lemons, let alone a giant glass.
I'm thinking of calling her Marilyn, but you guys write in and tell me what you think.
Because gentlemen prefer blondes.
They do prefer blonde. Takes a while to get to the bottom.
You gotta learn. It's.
Oh, I like this wine.
Oh, trywink.com/moviebitches. You get $20 off your first month of wine. We didn't even plan that.
We didn't. It really does taste good. Maybe it's the glass. It really opens it up. Also, we have these fabulous new shirts from Lee Dawson.
Thank you, Lee.
I love
We really
Movie
love them.
Bitches and that Doreen.
We also came prepared for the reunion with not one, but two fabulous bullshit paddles.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna break something by the end of this episode.
Oh no,
There's
don't.
too many props.
Bull.
So it starts and Ru is making a lot of Beyond the Thunderdome references.
13 glamazons enter. One drag superstar leaves. Let the Thunderdome begin.
They bring out each of the queens
in kind of like this gauntlet.
in chunks.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's like usually, it was mostly in pairs at first.
Yeah. Well, and Ru says, "Release the Kraken,"
Release the Kraken.
Yeah.
which doesn't have to do with Thunderdome
No.
or drag queens.
No.
That was just a thing people were saying. I mean, that was a thing.
It was kind of like a thing, right, for a little while.
Everybody
it's like, ooh,
was
release
releasing the Kraken, you know.
Release the Kraken.
So, they're all like backlit, silhouetted, and then it's like, choo, here are the lights on them now. The first two are
You don't remember.
Venus and Phoenix.
Yep. Took me a minute. We paused it, and I thought, oh no.
Which is which?
Which one? Right. Venus is the Madonna impersonator. Yep. Therefore, the Madonna of the two must be Venus. So Venus is wearing a Vogue, music video style androgynous suit, but the tits are cut out with a cone bra, and then the crotch was cut out.
Yeah.
Or just sort of on top with garters.
Yeah.
I found it to be a bit confusing.
A little bit.
I didn't mind it. It was weird.
Not entirely, but it was a bit weird.
It was a bit.
It just didn't seem super polished for me. It wasn't like, ooh, yeah,
Something
you
about
nailed that outfit.
The beige, 1950s style torpedo boob.
Yeah.
It just didn't look sexy. I think that maybe that was the problem. But I thought her makeup looked great and her hair looked great, and I understood the reference.
I got it.
I was like, got it.
She's doing her thing.
What are you supposed to be?
Madonna. Well, well, obviously, don't you think?
You're Madonna. You can look like Madonna. I don't know if you can act like her. We'll talk about it.
We'll get there.
And then Phoenix looked like she took Nina Flower's head and put it on season 2 Tatiana's body.
Okay.
It's just like a baby doll dress that was kind of boring.
Yeah.
But, she looked nice.
Those bright pink shoes.
The bright pink shoes. But then her head was like Nina Flowers. And I was like...
Well, I think that's an affront to Nina Flowers, but...
It was an homage.
Yeah, there you go.
It was no Nina Flowers, but it was like that kind of idea.
Yeah. I was like, need I remind you what Nina Flowers looked like in her reunion?
Oh.
Extravaganza! Burn, baby, burn!
I'll be honest, I was disappointed with most of the looks.
Yeah.
Nothing was god-awful.
No.
But there was only 3 or so that I was like, yes! Well, so next was Mimi on first and India Farah.
One of these queens came in head and shoulders above the other.
I loved Mimi's look.
I mean, A+ for creativity.
I thought
originality.
her face
Yep.
It's never looked better.
I agree.
I thought her hair looked great. Like, she looked absolutely gorgeous. And then from a distance, you're like, oh, she's wearing this sort of glamorous, you know, ace bandage gown here. And then it had a light up,
like pregnancy
baby
stomach,
bump,
embryonic, like
one
sonogram.
of those lights you put in the closet and you just tap it and it turns on. You know, it was like that. And then she had a umbilical cord style sash or shrug, fur. Thoughts. I liked it. I thought this was so cheeky.
It was very cheeky.
And fun, and not too, like, it looked expensive.
Yes.
It didn't look like, what's this art
It was
project?
not slapdash. It was like she took time to make this look right.
I mean, that umbilical cord was disgusting.
Disgusting.
But I loved it. It's just hanging over,
Yeah.
dripping. Oh yeah, oh yes. And it helped that her face and hair looked absolutely the best it's ever looked. So I was like, oh, okay, you get it. You don't have like a also wacky makeup.
Sure, no.
I thought this was
I agree.
in the top 3 looks of the night.
That's probably fair, especially because like for her personality, like it was it all worked. It all made sense.
And then India Farah.
Oh my god, the hair was bigger than I think anything we've seen in the entire season.
I don't know if it was bigger than Alexis's hair last week.
I think it was.
I think it was maybe equivalent.
I think it was bigger. It's insane. You wouldn't have been able to see any of Manila's body if Alexis had been wearing this hair.
From a distance, I was like, oh, it looks like maybe she edited a little bit, right? Like I was like, oh, maybe she kind of.
Nope.
No, it didn't work. Like once you saw the close-up, you were like, and you have the jeweled head piece.
And the giant
earrings,
jeweled earrings.
and a jeweled choker.
Yep.
And your makeup is
It's
jeweled.
insane.
It was so much.
Yeah.
And then she had like a fuchsia blazer, sort of business, slutty business.
Her Oprah look.
It was her Oprah look, I'll tell you that. I couldn't get a handle on, was it a jumpsuit? It was like pants that were ruffly.
Yep.
And then it went up into like a tight, I don't know. I couldn't figure it out.
Me either. We didn't see the breastplate though.
Yeah, it was there.
I mean, it was there, but like it wasn't like chonky here.
It was pretty there. I feel like had she taken that coat off, it would have been chonky, here's my tits.
Like this.
Chonky. Chonky. Was that what you wanted? It sounds like the interlude on a sitcom, you know. And we're back. Chonky. So, what are we having for breakfast, you know?
So then, all by herself is
Of course.
Mariah Paris, Mariah Balenciaga, Mariah Successful.
I really like Mariah.
I love Mariah.
I really want to see more of her. I am sad that she is not in All Stars 3. I like genuinely want to see what's up with her.
I do too.
Because I think she's hilarious.
She's hilarious, she's fun, bitch knows how to paint a fucking
That
mug.
So she came out, and I was like, that mug, though. And then I looked at the outfit, and I was like, oh, this is bad, but that mug, though. Like, I almost didn't care.
Remind me of the outfit, because I feel like I just blinked it out.
Exactly.
Oh, it was like silvery.
It was, again, sort of trashy business lady.
Yeah.
I'm not into the blazers.
Oh,
for no
right.
reason.
Well, and this really bothered me because I didn't mind it necessarily, but I
was
hated
like-
the corset over the blazer.
Yeah.
I'm like, what you doing? Who's doing that?
Well, it was a corset over the blazer and then thigh-high boots, too.
Right.
It was a lot. I prefer to look at her from the neck up.
Mm-hmm.
Her mug was painted. Her hair was swept to the side. She had a sort of silver starfish octopus
Oh, I loved that.
thing. Like, from here up, I was like,
Everything.
winner.
Yeah.
And then it was like,
Yeah, that's a little, yeah. I would love to see her now, though, because I'm sure,
Oh, yeah.
just in general, I'm sure that her style has changed, and so hopefully it's grown, you know, and we'll see.
you really get
The nose.
the nose in there. You know?
I just had a thought of, like, this is how, like, it would be really fabulous if this was how you used your poppers. If, like, someone was just, like, pouring the whole bottle into this glass and was just, like...
Because you just smell them.
Because you, like, yeah, you
You're
sniff
not
it.
supposed to ingest
No,
them.
do not ingest.
Okay.
Do not ingest. Wouldn't work
But if
as
this,
well.
yeah, this was your popper glass.
Right, you'd just be like... I mean, they would wear out... They would, like... You would use an
Dissipate too
entire
fast.
bottle in, like, one evening.
Well, I feel like this is its own decanter.
So
Anyway, Rue asks everyone a bunch of questions.
Yeah.
Some more than others. We start with Venus Delight.
Right.
Being the first girl to go must really suck.
She says something about, actually it was a blessing in disguise because people were so intrigued by
They
me.
wanna
but
see more.
They really wanted to see more, and they looked me up, and they cut to Phoenix being like, girl, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yep.
It made people even more interested in me because they really didn't get to see a lot of me.
Now, it was revealed.
And then she asks her, like, oh, well, if you had stayed longer, what challenge would you have been really good at? And she's
Snatch
like,
game.
Snatch Game, hands down. Would have been great at Snatch Game. And I was like, I think that's wrong. I don't think
So
that's,
then Ru-
I don't think that's true.
Ru-
Venus,
yeah, exactly, right? And then Ru's like, okay, well, let's do a little, like,
give me some Madonna.
oh my God.
Dumb Dora is so dumb.
How dumb is she?
Thank you. No one.
Nobody said
Crickets.
it. Crickets.
They didn't help her out.
Nothing. They did give a shit. They were like, what are our answers going to be? She hasn't asked us questions. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
She thinks a Kardashian is a blank.
She thinks the Kardashian is my next DJ boyfriend, DJ Kardashian.
She didn't even put on a fake English accent or anything.
Nothing. It was just kind of like, oh, well, that was, and it wasn't funny. Like, it wasn't like, what a clever,
It was
smart.
as good of an answer as, like, Carmen gave as J-Lo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like,
well, because Madonna's
sure.
not necessarily the funniest.
I feel like Madonna's fun to make fun of.
Sure, a little bit. I loathe hydrangeas.
So then she starts to talk to Phoenix.
For about 5 seconds.
She's basically like, so, Phoenix, why did your Lady Tata suck?
Well, I've never claimed to try to win an Oscar, so,
How about a Golden Globe?
possibly.
NAACP Image Award?
And she's like, well, I don't know. I didn't come in here to win a fucking Oscar. I don't know what to tell you,
No,
Ru.
that was funnier than when she was just like, I never claimed to be nominated for an Oscar. It's just, you gotta say it funny.
Yeah.
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 I'm not Meryl Streep. What can I say?
And instead, then she also goes into this whole thing.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, they were telling me to cheat the camera.
Cheat the camera, and I'm like, what the fuck? I don't cheat on anybody. I'm like, what is going on? So, it was really like, really confusion.
All right.
It was just confusion. Oh, okay.
And then Ru's like, okay. So Mimi, I'm first. Like, it was like, and you were boring. We're moving on. No one cares.
Nope.
All right. Mimi, I'm first.
So then Mimi, obviously they have to talk about the lift and shout.
The now legendary lip sync where she's like trying to hold back.
Did you just say
her-
lip sync
I don't think I did.
inadvertently? Because I love it.
Sure, yeah, I did. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Good.
The now legendary lip sync.
I love it.
In the now legendary lip sync for your life,
Oh,
when
yes.
you threw India over your shoulders.
The now legendary lip sync that got our ratings up. I'm not happy about it. So how'd you feel about that? It was really inappropriate.
I have been doing it in my show for 10 years. I've probably picked up over 1,000 people. I've never dropped anyone. It's just something I do. Like some girls do splits or death drops, and that's what I do.
It's fun. I like it. Could you imagine it? If I was in the audience
Yeah.
and she came over
Yeah.
and tried to pick me up?
I have been surprise lifted by someone. It's terrifying and it's not okay.
I've probably picked up over 1,000 people.
This was a weird answer. For the most part, I was actually really happy with where Mimi seemed to be
Yes.
in her life.
Yes.
She seemed grounded.
Yep.
She seemed happy. She seemed to be like, haha, let's move on. I'm sorry. And like, she
Yeah.
wasn't taking like, I'm sure a lot of people were giving her
Oh, I'm
shit
sure
and
she's
being
heard about it.
total assholes to her and just being very rude. And she seemed to be like, you know what, let's move on. And everyone else was like, no, we hate you.
The stakes seem so high. It's not you're lip syncing for Mariah Carey's Glitter album, You're lip syncing for your life.
They were really just angry about it, which I get, but
Like, time has, like, let's move on. You know what I mean?
I think what she just needed to have said was like, you know what, I got really swept up in it, and I was.
She basically did.
She basically did.
I understand it was over the top, and and people. There were people who thought it was the worst thing in the world. There are people who thought it was entertaining.
Was she eloquent? No.
Yeah.
But she did basically say as much as like, I got swept up.
Yeah.
I wanted to try and get attention.
Just to be clear, I was never trying to sabotage you. Like, it was, for me, it was like, what can I do to shake this up? What can I do to make it different?
I did love that Mariah was like, if it was me, I would have just I wouldn't be screaming out and get her off me. I would have got myself off.
I can't say that. I probably wouldn't have bopped you, girl.
Yeah, I think that also.
Because there's no screaming, get me down, honey. I'm going to get myself down.
Mariah was just
Feisty, and I loved it.
feisty, and I loved it.
Yeah.
You could have simply rolled some marbles out there and just called it a day.
Yeah.
No,
So let's move on.
Yeah, Mimi seemed calm.
I'm sure not being in a competition anymore helped. You know,
Yeah, I don't know
I think
if
she was
that's
probably
good
really
for
worked
her.
up and like intense and frenzied and whatever.
Oh, yes. I thought Mimi seemed like she was in the best place.
Yeah, I agree.
With it,
I
with the
agree.
whole situation.
actually, I have a little gift for India. A little.
Oh, goodness.
Is it ticking?
Does it have bullets in it?
It's not ticking at all. I got picked up by Mimi. I'm first, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
All I got was this lousy T-shirt, and she's like, ha, and I was like, ha, and everyone else was like, bitch. Like, they were not
They were
having
not
it.
having it. I was like, lighten up.
Get over it. So then Ru is like, so India, do you think you like went home too soon or whatever? You know, she's like, what do you think
Oh.
about this? I mean, this was the ultimate. I need this.
Yeah.
This was the ultimate bullshit.
I think two of the challenges I wasn't able to show who I was as a person or entertainer due to the duties that I was given from Carmen Carrera.
Well, I blame Carmen Carrera for giving me shitty parts 2 weeks in a row on the challenges. That's why I went home. They didn't get to show my personality because of the parts I was given.
Because of the rubber band.
Because
I love
the thingy-majiggy.
the thingy-majiggy.
The rubber thingamajiggy prevented us from seeing your real personality?
Absolutely, yeah. Like,
Really?
I can just hear Latrice.
The rubber thingamajiggy prevented us from seeing your real personality?
absolutely.
Okay.
And then I love because actually the person who won that challenge also had the thingamajiggy.
With the lip gloss, yeah, that's very true. I just wasn't clever enough at that moment to pull out a thing of lip gloss or eat chicken.
Lip gloss.
It was like,
or eat chicken. And it's like, no, you weren't clever enough to think of the lip gloss or eat chicken. That's the problem. You didn't have the personality. Oh, so you understand.
it was
So
like
you-
she didn't understand the tone she was giving.
Yeah.
You're just stating facts. Oh, you were trying to be sarcastic? I'm confused. What's going on here?
I just wasn't clever enough at that moment to pull out a thing of lip gloss or eat chicken.
I love that Ru was like calling bitches out in this episode, but not taking it seriously at all.
No.
Like she was like, ha 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 ha, you're stupid. Like she was just like, this is silly.
Now, I gotta say, I'm hearing a lot of excuses right now.
Well, that's what I do, Rue. I lay them out.
So the next was Mariah. And Ru is like, so you're from the ball scene, so it's different for you. How do you feel like that was different? And she's like, well, I don't lip sync.
There wasn't a lot of lip syncing
No.
to the. But you.
But
she was serving.
I will mug the shit out of you, though. Baby.
I'll mug the shit out of you. I'll mug the shit out of you. And everyone was like, yeah, she will. And Ru was like, ha 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 ha. Ru was eating Mariah up. She was
Duh.
like, yeah.
So quick commercial break, and then we'll be back with the next set of queens and some more drama.
And Shaka Khan.
No. So the next two out are Stacy and Delta.
Yes.
And this was fine.
I thought both Stacy and Delta had their shapes right, but I didn't love either of the outfits.
Not really.
That's how I felt about
They
it.
looked fine, but the outfits were just kind of whatever for
Yeah.
me. It was like, oh, that's...
Stacy was in like this sort of black corseted,
Yep.
sort of like Paula Abdul, Janet Jackson, leathery, you know, backup dancer. I did think Stacy's face and hair looked fabulous.
I thought
She
both
had-
their faces and hair. You don't like Delta's? I thought Delta looked great.
I thought Delta's wig was a little wiggy. It was just a little dry and a little wiggy.
Okay.
For Delta, who I expect
Sure.
like
Right.
flawless.
Yes.
It wasn't bad at all, but it was just like a little bit.
Okay.
Something, I needed something. But Stacey has like evil Jasmine hair. Remember when she's in the red outfit? And
Yes.
she's like all, she's Jafar's love slave and it's gross. Remember at the end? She's like, yes, Jafar, whatever you want.
Yes.
And her hair is in that swooped ponytail with like the... She had that hair, and I liked it.
Yeah.
And then Delta, I thought the shape of the dress looked great.
I did not like the color.
She was snatched. Her tits looked right.
Yep.
But then it was like, you know, brown tie-dye or something.
Something
like,
weird. Yeah.
With like a ruche on the...
They looked like medical bandages or something. It was like...
It looked like Civil War bandages. Like
Yeah.
she bled through.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they dried.
Yeah.
But the shape of the dress,
Yep.
I loved. And her face looked gorgeous.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I wasn't like living, but it was good. It's its own commercial break. It's the next down the very tiny lifted stage 3 stairs runway. What would you call that?
I don't even know.
To the tiny platform
Yep.
of lights with 3 stairs.
Next on the tiny platform. Hallelujah.
Shangela, her dress looked expensive. It looked well made.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
You know,
Yes.
it didn't look like a mess.
Yeah.
It looked tailored. It fit her body. I don't know if silver is her color. I feel like she has worn it a couple of times.
Yeah,
And
not
when
great.
she does her makeup in silver, it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
So I thought the dress was fine. But her makeup though was so bad.
So bad.
It looked like the makeup from the night before, but also she went to the beach all day before and she was like burned.
A little rosy.
And then she put aloe vera on top of the makeup.
Ooh, yeah.
I did not care for this.
No.
Different than usual.
True.
It was like less and blended.
Yes.
Like before it was like harsh lines.
Yeah.
And this was like, you didn't do enough or something.
That's not quite enough. It was like, oh, I'm gonna go for the natural look, and it's like that was a mistake because you're a drag queen.
It did.
So then next was Carmen and Yara. Loved.
This was so good. Well, Yara's.
Yeah.
Carmen looked perfectly
Beautiful.
gorgeous.
Yep.
It was her outfit and Shangela's outfit were like similar.
A little bit.
You know, it was like silver strapless party dress. Like, yeah, you look nice. You know, I wasn't like, yeah.
No, it wasn't like, oh my god, tear the house down. Unlike.
Oh my god. But then Yara.
Yara.
I was like, oh, Carmen's there. Yeah. Yes, Yara. Like, I was like, yeah.
Oh my god, with just glitter all up and down her body.
A silver sparkly jumpsuit with a Yara Sophia corset and a cape, an evil queen cape.
Yeah, with like loopy
and
epaulets, and then
a blonde xenomorph wig on.
Her crazy roller coaster wig.
I mean, this was right on the edge of you did too much.
Yep.
But it didn't cross the line, and I was like,
yes. I loved this. I was like, yes, bitch, you're fabulous.
This was in my top 3 looks as well.
Of course.
Of the night.
Yeah. I think then the top look.
This was the top look.
This was your top look?
Yeah.
Okay. My top look is a little different. This is number 2.
They're close.
They're very close.
And I think we're talking about the same person.
We have to be. But we'll get there. First, Ru sits down with these queens now and goes through.
So, Stacey, how has your life changed since the show?
And
she's
Henny.
like, oh, Henny.
I go outside, you know, walk out my door, and like my cousins are like, oh my God, hey girl, oh my God, it's Stacey. I'm like, honey, it's still me, honey.
I am the Oprah Winfrey of the back swamps now.
And then like she and Delta kind of had a thing.
Well, yeah, so Ru says, you know, a lot of the negative comments were directed towards you. Was there anything like specific that you were really upset about? And she was like, well, Delta was really mean.
And said that I shouldn't even belong, like I never belonged on the competition
show
to begin with.
Which
they played back the tape and it wasn't really what she said.
I want to be here with people that I think are the fiercest in competition so that when I win, I can feel like I had a victory over people who were just as strong as me. And I don't think you're just as strong as me.
It was that she didn't think that Stacey was up to her level.
Right.
We'll talk about this more during the Heathers conversation.
Sure.
I think that this season suffered a lot from people
taking things too seriously.
Yes, but also people being dismissive of others.
Sure.
I apologize if they hurt. I really do. Did I read? Absolutely. Did I talk shit? Absolutely. But my intention wasn't to hurt someone's feelings.
I think it was also like, you know, the older queens were like, toughen up your skin.
Yeah.
A lot. You know, they were like, look, you guys are taking this too serious. Yes, we said things that were mean, but don't take them literally and don't take them to the point where, like, I'm controlling your life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Part of drag is sitting back and talking shit. Did I think I was more cut out for the competition from the outset? I did think so. Obviously, I was wrong because you were winning before I was.
I think a lot of these queens are used to people pushing back.
True.
You know, if you're gonna come at me.
If Raja comes for Delta, Delta's gonna come right back for her.
Exactly.
And
You're
that's
like,
just
bitch, you're
part
not
of
even
the
gonna
game.
be on this competition because you're gonna die before you make it to the end. So I don't know why you're coming for me. We're gonna need to find some new queen to replace you. That's what I would have said. Something like that. Stupid jokes. You know, that's what they expect.
I'm gonna be the pallbearer at your funeral. Because I'm just carrying you on my back.
Like Mimi in first.
Sometimes when I answer people's questions, it's probably better to tell them what they want to hear. Maybe the high road would have been to just say, yes, I think you look beautiful. The answer either way wouldn't have mattered and would have been easier to stomach.
Yes, you look gorgeous. Yes, you should be here. Yes, I love you. And then we would have moved on.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it's probably true. Probably true. And then you and Raja can go in the other room and be like, that fucking bitch, what the fuck?
I would never say that.
Never.
All of you guys think that I'm like nothing.
I would never say that.
So then they talk to Shangela, and we get to really see how bad her makeup is. I'm sorry, but it was really bad.
It was really bad. Oh, and then she's like on again, off again, holding a tiny little snowman.
What was that, though?
There must have been some bad joke that they cut. Yeah, that they were like, wasn't funny.
But she must have made, I mean, because it was dressed like her
stupid one.
Snowman
I'm sure
from
she was like,
episode 1.
oh, I came with my redemption snowman because, you know.
I didn't have an ear corn this time. It's something. Yeah. I'm sure she was like, well, you guys said it was too big, so here's a tiny one. I don't know. But they clearly couldn't have given a shit.
Nope.
Because it was here,
it was gone.
One cut and gone the next. Like,
nope.
But she was holding a tiny snowman, right? That happened? Great. And then she talks about this fabulous new pilot that she's going to.
Oh, boy.
She's gotten cast in a pilot starring Don Johnson. Ooh.
I recently was cast in a pilot called A Man's World that's being directed, created, and written by Michael Patrick King. I play a male hairstylist.
It's called A Man's World.
Right, with
about
two N's.
It's
We looked it up.
Because it's about this fabulous LA hairdresser that's just trying to keep up with this modern world that keeps changing, and it sounds insufferable.
It does sound insufferable.
You know, it sounds really terrible. And Shangela plays a character named Snip.
Right.
Who's a hairdresser.
And then there's another hairdresser.
Chris Crocker plays Snur.
Just leave Chris alone.
Just leave him alone.
And then who was the other one?
There was some other person from Broadway that played Snap.
Oh, yeah, right.
Snip? No.
No. I don't care. This is stupid.
Snip,
Why are we talking about this pilot still?
Snip, snap, snur.
So then Ru goes, well, so Carmen, how did you feel about Shangela manipulating you into picking reggae?
And Carmen, I'm going to call bullshit on this. But Carmen says, I would have picked reggae regardless.
Honestly, when it came down to it, I was not going to go with country, period.
I mean, she didn't seem to want country. If she wanted country, why wouldn't she just pick it? Just to try and spite Shangela? I mean, see, I believed her a little bit. Maybe I give like
right.
a half bullshit.
A bull.
A bull. That's shit. I don't know. Because like then she goes on this whole thing of like, look, I don't think that way.
Yeah.
I'm not going out to try and get everyone.
Right.
And like, you know, try and figure out.
Maybe on like some subconscious level.
Sure.
She kept saying reggae, so she was like,
ooh,
reggae. I don't know.
Maybe it was like, oh, but she's probably right. Like reggae would be easier than country.
Like,
and I
maybe
like
she just
reggae.
took the bait like, yeah, reggae is good. I'm gonna pick reggae. Not like to screw her over.
Right.
You're right. I think that's what happened. I think she was just like, you know what, Shangela, you're right. I like reggae.
Yeah. I have this outfit that could really work for reggae.
That's what I'll pick.
Yeah.
I don't purposely try to sabotage anyone. You know, if I was the top 3, that's a different story. You know what I'm saying? Because this already, fine.
But how do you get to the top 3 without
No, but you don't have to throw people under the bus.
Shangela basically says, well, you have to manipulate people to win.
Right.
And Carmen says, I really don't think that's true. I think you do your best, you be the best you can be, and you're the best, so you win.
Yeah.
And I think for the most part that's true. I don't really know how much Shangela's manipulating really helped her go that far.
No.
I don't think that's what was keeping her. I don't care for it.
I don't care for it either.
Yeah.
I agree with Carmen's statement where it's like, you do the best that you can do,
Yeah.
and if you win,
You're
then
the best.
you won.
Yeah.
Exactly. I wouldn't want to win having tried to manipulate everyone to get there.
No.
Because then I wouldn't feel like I deserved, like I earned it.
You can just be the best, and then you can win.
Angela, it seems like you have a different point of view in terms of strategizing.
And so then Ru talks to Yara about her lip sync breakdown.
Right, her elimination.
Yeah.
She's sort of like, what the fuck? I think part of that was because Ru was like, I wanted you to go to the top 3.
Yeah.
Very sad to see your elimination.
I know.
You gave up during the middle of the number.
But Yara basically says, I was exhausted.
Sure.
Emotionally
Right.
exhausted. And I felt like I was being judged improperly.
Right.
And I was like, I agree with you.
I do too.
I think there's multiple challenges where she should have won.
Yep.
And she should have been praised. I'll take some. She should have been praised for how fabulous she was.
I agree.
So.
And we said as much, but.
Yeah.
I love these like great Puerto Rican queens that we can just like, oh, we got Jessica Wilde, we got Yara Sofia.
Nina Flowers.
Yeah, that's true. 3 in a row.
I want a season of Drag Race that is like all international queens.
I think that'd be so fun. Well, they've never done, apparently they're working on a UK Drag Race.
But I
think
mean,
it should be international too. I think,
right?
why not from everywhere?
Because why was Courtney allowed to
Because
then?
Courtney, I think, was technically American.
And so was Charlie. I mean, he lives in...
Right, Charlie was from Boston but lived in England, so it's like bending the rules, but why not?
I want them to open that up and have like an international season.
Yeah, it'd be so cool.
A representative from every,
Oh yeah, like
Miss Universe,
Ooh,
you know?
Yeah, I like that. Ooh, you could even have like a mini competition of like the 3 from each place, and then they have to do like, you know, some sort of challenge and a lip sync to then pick who the one is going to be to represent, like a real pageant.
I like it. That's great.
Yeah, I like this.
I want that to happen.
Me too. So quick commercial break.
Right.
Again, I don't know, we're trying it.
What?
If it's really annoying, let us know. We probably won't do it much because like there's just no runway. This was a logical break. We're trying it. And then we'll be back with the final 3 and Miss Congeniality and sign off.
And Michelle.
Ooh, Michelle. That's right. Michelle Visage comes in. Oh, so there's more to talk about.
So next up, Alexis Mateo in a look I didn't really care for.
Not really.
I didn't like this. It was a lot. Her ass was out, but then it was ruffled. Yeah. You know, and then there was ruffles here, and it was cheetah print, and she had earrings, and she painted her face. Like, it was a lot.
It was a lot.
It'd be one thing, like, say, if Mimi wore this, and it was like, oh, I'm doing a John Waters trashy, over-the-top drag queen look. That's that's a reference I can get behind. That's not what Alexis was doing.
No.
Alexis thought this was glamorous. She looked pretty.
Yeah.
She always looks pretty.
She
looked
does.
polished.
Yeah.
I didn't like this dress.
I didn't like the dress either. I just didn't.
I just didn't.
But then next, my favorite outfit of the night.
Yeah.
Manila Luzon.
Oh my God.
In this goldfish realness.
I mean, it was like Ivy Winters' dress, but less on the nose.
Because this is what Manila does best. She just like, I mean.
It's true.
Not as a detraction. It's like she does this shit really well. Like I said, she's like Judith fucking Lieberberg in drag queen form, and I love it.
She's got this amazing Bride of Frankenstein, like swooped to one side hair, like she's underwater and like woo. And there's fucking fish in her hair, and she has fish earrings, and it was awesome.
And they were beautiful though. They
it was
looked
gorgeous.
like the jewelry was like.
It wasn't cheap.
No.
Looking.
It was like that's artwork.
Yeah. I love this.
Yeah, me
and
too.
the shape was right. She
Yep.
looked great.
Yeah, it was like mermaid cut. It was great. It was great.
She was
It's just
real.
like you know exactly what you're doing. So then, the reigning queen, Raja, or as you like to say, Raja, and everyone thinks you say Aja.
Yeah, everyone thinks I'm saying Aja, but I'm saying Raja.
Yeah, maybe you just don't do that anymore.
Well, I stopped in the past few episodes. Apparently it's confusing. I'm sorry. Raja. You know, it's like... Raja. I didn't love this, but the more I looked at it and the more she sat there, I liked it more.
Sure.
I thought her face, it was very androgynous. It was all different kinds of tan and beige, which I normally don't like in a gown.
Sure.
Because I don't think it's fancy enough. But this was...
Well, it was punk rocky.
Yeah.
It was like...
She had like a beige corset with little beige peignets, but no skirt over them.
Nope.
But then also like a little shoulder pads, and then her shoes had them too.
Yeah. I was confused by the shoes.
Yeah, because they were...
Toeless boots?
Or they were like socks, like material that she then just put open-toed high heels on top of. I was confused. I had kind of forgotten this reunion, to be honest.
I did too.
And I was kind of like, can't wait to see what Raja's wearing. Oh, it's very good. I like it. Yeah. Well, and then we had a bit of a debate about this. Ru goes, Raja, the queen, 10, 10. And you thought she said 10.
Well, that was the joke.
And that was the joke, and I liked it.
That's great. You pointed it out to me. I missed the joke. So, thank you.
I liked it. So then she talks to Alexis, who seems happy. Seems like she's in a great place. Yeah. She's just living her life.
Yep.
She asks about what happened to Bobby.
Oh, yeah.
Have you contacted him? Has he contacted you? And Alexis basically says, like...
I wish him the best. I already closed that chapter in my life.
And then Ru's like, well, what if I told you we had him behind the curtain in drag?
In drag. Please. We're not that kind of show. We can't afford the airfare, but we could afford a DNA result, and the result is...
So then she talks to Noah Luzon, who looks fabulous. The more I looked at this hair, the more I was like, you're the queen.
Everything.
You are
my
the
God.
Queen.
With like the fish swimming upstream.
I mean, the waves
like,
of the hair
oh my God, I
like
loved
waves
it.
of the
It was
ocean. But she asked her about, did you get a lot of backlash about portraying Asian stereotypes and this, that, and the other? And she's basically like...
Negative feedback saying people thought it was offensive, but they were always like, not Asian. Comment after comment, I'm Asian. I didn't find that offensive. I thought it was hilarious. It's also the whole thing of humor. If it's not doesn't push any buttons, it's not funny.
So then we get to talk to Raja.
About what it's like to have won.
Well, Ru said... She goes, your win was very controversial. And I was like, was it?
Some people saw you as the fiercest thing ever to walk a runway, and other critics have said you're just a man in a dress.
Well, then Ru says, well, some people said that you were too seasoned to even participate on Drag Race. And I was like, well, that's nonsense.
Nonsense.
This isn't an amateur competition.
No, it's not like, you have to only have been doing drag for a year.
Well, and that's basically what Raja says.
There was nothing said that America's Next Drag Superstar should be a beginner who's never been known or seen,
Or maybe she could have been.
She could have been.
This was like bullshit alert for me. It was just like, what the fuck is this conversation?
Yeah, it was
Why
so
are we
weird.
talking about this?
Well, it's like that Raja had to keep defending herself. I was like, Ru, why are you like backpedaling on this?
On
Raja was fabulous. Like, I don't understand. They talk about how Raja was too mean or whatever, and Raja basically says that's part of the culture that I'm aware of, at least in the Drag Race community. Reading is fundamental. And Mariah pops in.
Yeah. I think it's a way of sharpening your wit and getting quicker and thinking quicker, and you have to be on your game. It's like practicing before a baseball game. You have to throw that ball hard, and you have to do it quick, and you have to catch it hard. And throw it right back.
It helps keep you creative, right? Yeah. If you're thinking about different references and different stuff to come back with someone all the time, be like, oh, blah, blah, blue, 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 then...
The famous blah, blah, blue, blue, blue.
Of course. The best comeback of all time.
Then Shangela puts herself right back in the victim chair.
This whole Heather's boogers thing, that's ridiculous. But if you want to put someone down to build yourself up, then, that's what you have to do for yourself.
Well, and then in the maybe the most delusional moment in Drag Race history.
Oh, God, this weird...
Shangela goes...
I mean, if this is the face of booger, I think it's sickening. So, ta-da.
Like, it was like, oh, no.
It's like, wait, but this is actually the face of a booger. Like, your makeup is a disaster.
What you were... It was just so... I couldn't... Like, I could not.
But then she goes on to this whole Charlie Sheen
rant.
Hell, minus the lawsuits and the prostitutes and the drugs and the tiger blood, I'm the Charlie Sheen of drag. Duh, winning.
Duh, winning. And it's like, but you didn't win. Raja won.
But you lost. Also, I don't think you should make Charlie Sheen your point of reference
Probably.
for someone to...
No.
That was a dated reference. Oh, remember winning?
Oh, God.
Ugh.
Thank God that's over.
Well, sure, but like, remember when that was like a thing?
Hashtag winning and hashtag blessed can die a very permanent death.
Swift death. Unless it's hashtag blessed, ironically. I still care for that one.
Yeah, it's true. Also, though, I just thought of, like, in my head, it'd be like, I am the Helen Mirren of drag. That's what I want to be.
I'm the Meryl Streep of drag.
Yes. Who is the
Although,
Meryl Streep of drag?
no, because Meryl Streep has been nominated far more times than she's won.
Fair. But she gets nominated for anything that she does.
I am the Katharine Hepburn of drag. I've won 3 Oscars, bitch. 4? She's won the most Oscars.
4, I think.
Yeah.
I'm the Bette Midler of drag. Fuck yeah. Here for it.
I've won no Oscars.
It doesn't matter. She should win all of the Oscars.
All of the Oscars.
It doesn't matter.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. Can Bette Midler please sing the next James Bond song so she can EGOT, because they're just going to give her the Oscar. I would like,
and a Grammy probably for the album.
I would like that to her. She already has a Grammy.
I know.
Let's be real.
I know. I want Charlize Theron to be the next James Bond.
Okay.
And Bette Midler sings the James Bond song.
Fabulous.
And they both can win Oscars.
And Michael Fassbender could be her side piece.
Yeah.
Like that she just like
fucks and then leaves
in Rio de Janeiro for no reason, and
just for the
it's,
sex scene alone.
Great, and we've moved on.
He's the villain. But they fuck anyway.
Of course.
Yes. It's like Christmas Jones or whatever the fuck her face was, and then she has to shoot him. Oh, that'd be so sad.
I love it. Yes. Approved. So yes, they have this whole conversation about heathers and boogers.
Yeah.
Basically, the heathers are like, look, it was a state of mind. It was a way for us to stay sane, like, as our group of girlfriends.
Right.
Yes, we kind of took it too far, and at a certain point, we needed to, like, stop. But the fact that you guys were taking it so seriously and reading so much into it almost made it funnier of how serious we were taking it. I just thought, can we not talk about this anymore?
Well,
that's what I thought.
That's basically what I thought.
When you call us boogers, you're calling us not polished. A mess.
I think what's happening here is that people are taking everything so damn literal. It wasn't a reference point of, you look physically like a booger. It was a state of mind.
I mean, essentially, they were all just talking about Shangela. They were like, you guys were hanging out with Shangela. She was a booger. We didn't like her. She was fucking annoying. We grouped you together. Sorry about it.
The group split into 2 cliques.
Yeah.
And Shangela led one group and Raja led the other because they both got
did not get
along at all and were very violently opposed to each other.
Yeah.
And it poisoned the whole dynamic.
Who would you consider the queen of the boogers?
Personally, I had my biggest frustrations with Shangela, so in my mind, I think it would be Shangela.
Yeah, if Yara and Alexis had been not drawn into the...
Then it would have just been Raja versus Shangela.
Yeah, and it would have been better.
Probably.
Yeah.
And then everyone else could have been like, you know what, I'm just going to go in the other room. You guys can hash this out.
Bye.
Yeah.
Go have some drinks.
Yeah.
Meow, 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 meow.
Oh,
Here's Slut.
Meow. Congratulations, Diva.
Meow, 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 meow. And so Stacey basically says that Raja really offended her with all of her sort of backwoods comments. I totally agree. Raja basically says, you know, I didn't mean you to take it that seriously. I was being an asshole. Like, she's like, I was an asshole. I was being an asshole.
I don't know if it means anything to you at all, but I would like to present you with my Heather's necklace, which really means a lot to me. I want you to have this, so.
Yay, I'm a Heather!
Ooh, I'm a Heather now. I'm a Heather. And it was, I don't think it was condescending. I think it was...
No, I don't think so.
And Stacey is like loving it. It was like a nice, like, okay, let's stop talking about this forever.
Well, Rue was like, okay, and now it's done.
Yay. That's very nice. That's very nice. I tell you what, from this moment on, there will be no more Heathers. There will be no more boogers.
I never want to hear this
She
again.
makes a bad joke about calling them hoogers.
Yeah, there's no Heathers or boogers. They're hoogers.
And they were all like,
yeah.
We will all be referred to as hoogers.
cut that with Shangela's tiny snowman. That could be on the cutting room floor. We're good.
And all of whatever Phoenix talked about. If anything, we don't know.
Well, so then they bring out Michelle.
Oh, yeah.
And they're I mean, it was like a dunk tank. They're basically like, so everyone gets to air their grievances with Michelle.
I think you're a bitch, Michelle.
I am.
Because you bought your titties too.
Yes, I did. Absolutely.
You bought your boobs too? And she's like, I did.
But I don't leave them out.
Yeah, I mean, she was basically saying I was trying to be helpful.
With all of you, my job was to help you get to the next level.
I love this where Mariah was like, I don't know, I didn't have any problem with Michelle. I thought Michelle knew exactly what she was. She was like, yeah, you have resting bitch face.
There's a term called Stone Cold Carter in the ballroom scene, and it's for the mugs that don't smile.
Good for you, Mariah. I like that. This whole reunion, I was like, I love Mariah.
Yeah.
I think she's great.
Mm-hmm.
Then they have a bunch of fan questions that were sort of, who cares?
Yeah.
But the one that was shady that I loved.
Carmen, have you seen J-Lo since the taping?
So, Carmen, have you seen J-Lo since the show finished taping? That's how I imagine it was written. So, Carmen, have you talked to J-Lo since the taping? And Carmen,
oh my God.
I mean, once again, this was great.
Yep.
This was really good.
I usually get to see her when she's like on tour or when she's doing like a movie. It's like, I can be with her for like a week because she's at the same location, like, you know what I mean? But I haven't seen her. I'll see you soon, Jennifer.
So then Ru announces that they're gonna say who I voted, Miss Congeniality, and she's like, and Santino and Billy B are gonna announce it. It was like,
But why?
okay.
So that they could come too? Cool.
I like that, because like season 1, remember they had them all yell at Santino.
Yes.
I don't see you walking children in nature.
You both call me losers, and I don't see you out there walking children in nature.
So it's announced that Yara Sophia
Yay!
Miss Congeniality. I was like, yeah! We both cheered with delight.
We did.
Because we loved
I mean, I didn't
her.
remember.
I had forgotten. I couldn't remember if it was Manila or her.
Sure.
The time has come for you to lip sync for your lives to my new single, Glamazon. Available where? On iTunes, bitch!
Available on iTunes, bitch! So stupid. I loved it. Yeah. And then they all have a dance party.
Yeah.
And Santino
Oh my.
dances like nobody's watching.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate that.
I can too.
It was fun to look at.
Yep.
But I was like, good for you.
Well, and then they had Raja and Chandela dancing together. It was like, oh, the whole family's back
And
together.
at the very end, Michelle comes out with a neck brace. They need to have more just dance parties.
Sure, I'd be down for that.
So that was the reunion.
Yeah.
Certainly not the most dramatic.
No.
But fun nonetheless.
Yeah, and I feel like we kind of, there were like some grievances aired.
Yeah.
You
I feel
know.
like it was so dramatic during the season. Everyone was exhausted.
Yeah, they're just like, let's just be nice now.
You
Can we just...
know, it's fine.
Yeah.
We're tired.
I'm over it. It's cool. Thanks for watching.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a fun season.
Yes.
And now, before we know it, All Stars 3 is like right around the corner. So we're just gonna like sleep
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll see some really bad movies.
Ooh, January's coming, and I can't wait for it.
Send us more fun shit.
Oh my
we
gosh.
love everything you guys have sent us. It's so nice and amazing. Please subscribe, like, comment, share.
Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram.
Tumblr,
All of the
Facebook.
above.
Oh my God.
Oh, I hate it.
Buy it on iTunes.
Follow us on our Facebook fan page. Is where you'll find us.
Go to our Facebook fan page for information. And if you still can't get enough, follow me on Twitter, and we will become lifelong friends. Hashtag friends forever.
Cheers, cunts. Wow.
Oh, Bertha and Marilyn. Mm-hmm.